Hello, welcome to the TutorNet channel. Today we're going to be discussing how to solve quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. So if we have an equation in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are integers, we can solve for the value of x using the quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Let's start with our first example. We have x squared plus 3x minus 10. So we need to write our values for a, b, and c. So a is the value of the coefficient for the x squared term, which we know is 1. B is the value of the coefficient for the x term, which we know is 3. And c is the value of our last term here, which is negative 10. So from here we can plug these values into our quadratic equation. So I have negative b, which is negative 3, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 3, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 10, all divided by 2 times a, which is 1. So if we simplify this, we're left with negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 9, and negative 4 times negative 10 is 40, so plus 40 divided by 2, which equals negative 3 plus or minus square root of 49 over 2, which equals, we know, negative 3 plus or minus square root of 49, we know is 7 over 2. So from here we know our final answer is negative 3 plus 7 over 2 and negative 3 minus 7 over 2. Negative 3 plus 7 over 2 equals 4 over 2, which equals 2. So that's one answer. Other answer, negative 3 minus 7 over 2 equals negative 10 over 2, which equals negative 5. So that's our second answer. So we know that x equals 2 and negative 5. Okay, let's do another example. So this time we have x squared minus 2x minus 28 equals negative 4. So first step, we need to write this equation in a standard form. Ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So to do so, we'll add 4 to both sides. And we're left with x squared minus 2x minus 24 equals 0. And from here we can write our values for a, b, and c. So a, b, and c. A is the value of the coefficient for the x squared term, which we know is 1. B is the value of the coefficient for the x term, which is negative 2. And c is our last value here, which we see is negative 24. So we can start plugging in our coefficients into the quadratic equation. So we have negative b plus or minus the square root of negative b squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 24, all over 2 times a, which is 1. From here, we'll simplify. So negative 2 is positive 2 plus or minus the square root of negative 2 squared is 4. 4 times 24 is 96, so plus 96 all over 2. So this gives us 2 plus or minus the square root of 100 over 2. So from here we know the square root of 100 is 10. So f of 2 plus or minus 10 over 2. So from here, we know we have two answers. 2 plus 10 over 2 and 2 minus 10 over 2. 2 plus 10 gives us 12 over 2, which equals 6. That's our first answer. Second answer, 2 minus 10 is negative 8 over 2, which is negative 4, which is our second answer. So we know that x equals 6 and x equals negative 4. That wraps up our discussion on solving quadratic equations with their quadratic formula. Please comment any other topics you would like us to cover, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.